heads. She goes, why is there more chips in there? And I said, well, you know, your guess is as good as mine. A double chip draw. They don't even do that on No Prep Kings. All right, let's see those number ones. Mike Salinas and Leah Pruitt. Let's get a photo up here together, guys. All right, let's see those twos. Yep. Oh, Sean Langdon and Clay Milliken. Let's go, guys. Let's see those threes. Oh, Justin Ashley against the reigning, defending NHRA Top Fuel champion, his first world championship, a living legend, Doug Coletta. Dougie. All right, and that, two of the greatest to ever do it. Incredible, living legends, Antron Brown, Tony Schumacher, head-to-head in round one. Let's give it up for these guys. Thank you all so much. Hey, real quick, can we sing happy birthday to Clay Milliken? Clay,
I love each and every one of you guys for coming out here. This event is absolutely changing the game of drag racing. There's something like this that is going to change the world of drag racing. You guys being here made that happen. My voice is terrible because I've been screaming all week. I've had so much fun. All I can say is thank you.
All right, let's get down to business with what I guess now own the title of the fastest cars on the planet Earth. Let's give it up for our funny car competitors here at the Pro Superstar Shootout, starting with the fastest man on the planet. Or no, I guess who do we got up here? We got, are they in order? Okay, great, sorry. I haven't looked at the sheets yet. Austin Prock, let's go. Oh, free hats. Let's go. Austin's a fan favorite already. The fastest man on the planet Earth, Bob Tasker III. Let's go. The GOAT. Hold on real quick, I gotta do this. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. The one and only John Force. All right, J.R. Todd. What's up, man? Paul Lee. Oh my goodness, I'm intimidated already. Here he comes. Let's make sure the stage is okay. The one and only Matt Hagen. Here she comes, Alexis DeJoria. And this guy, I tell you what, Cruz and I have been going back and forth texting for a long time. It's a bit of a childhood dream of mine to say that Cruz Pedregon, this is a funny story. I actually booked in Cruz's brother, Frank, in 2005. The first time I was ever, my first job in drag racing, I managed this little 8th Mile facility in Eddyville, Iowa. And for 4th of July, I knew we needed nitro funny cars, right? I called up Jack Wyatt and Frank Pedregon. They came out. I remember my hand trembling as I wrote that check for $13,000. I said, you're only gonna make 2 runs? And he said, yeah, two's all I got. 13, that's 2's grand. So anyways, let's give it up for Cruz Pedregon. My buddy Brandon Bernstein's up here, got a check for $10,000 along with Brett Underwood from our team here at Drag Illustrated. Let's give it up, guys. All right, my friends, this is a fairly simple process. I don't know if any of you guys, professional drag racers, maybe never did this, but this happens in a whole lot of parking lots late at night. We're gonna draw chips out of this bag. Numbers 1 through 4 exist in that bag, and that's how we're gonna find out who runs who. 1s run 1s, 2s run 2s, 3s run 3s, 4s run 4s.
Courtney's getting to be the bag.
All right, let's see those 1s right up front. Number 1, you got a number 1 chip? All right, who's got a 1? That was exactly what I was looking for. When I told them guys, I said, listen, if we do a chip draw, we're gonna get real human emotion, right? We're gonna get reactions, and we just got one. Let's give it up. Alexis DeJoria and Austin Prock, head to head tomorrow. All right, let's see those twos. Matt Hagan and J.R. Todd. I saw these guys square up in a hotel lobby in Englishtown, New Jersey. That's not a lie. I got pretty nervous, but listen, we got two living legends, incredible guys, incredible ambassadors for the sport of drag racing. Let's give it up for J.R. Todd and Matt Hagan. All right, so somebody's got a three chip burning a hole in their pocket. John Force and Cruz Pedregon. Somebody get some boxing gloves. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. John Force, Cruz Pedregon going head-to-head in the first round of eliminations tomorrow. And I guess that kind of clears that up. We've got Bob Tasker III, the fastest man on the planet Earth, going head-to-head with my dear friend Paul Lee. Let's give it up, guys. Okay, real quick. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick interview with the fastest man on the planet Earth, Bob Tasker III, in case you didn't hear. Put it on social. Make sure people are aware drag racing deserves this moment. This man made history tonight, something no one has ever done. One of the things that I get frustrated about is that drag racing, especially as it translates on television, I don't know about you, but anytime I tell someone that I work in drag racing or that drag racing is my business, they always say, oh, that deal where they just like hit the gas and drive in a straight line. And it drives me crazy because it undersells the courage, not talent, right? That exists too, but it doesn't give enough credit to the courage it takes. I was lucky enough last September to warm up a Top Fuel car. Warm it up, right? These things are so violent on the Pro Jacks that at idle, you think it's gonna bounce off the jacks. The entire time I was in the car, I was holding my breath. I couldn't believe it. And then I start to think about the men and women that roll through that water box and hit the pedal in water. Many of you won't do that in your Toyota Corolla, right? But Bob Tasker does it in a Ford Mustang, and by God, he does it really well. Let's get Jamie Howe up here to interview the man of the hour. Bob Tasker, Jamie Howe, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. What an event. How about this, huh?
Hey, listen, I knew we were going to make history here tonight. Looking on at this crowd, I've never been a part of anything like this in my entire life. I want to thank all the fans that came out here to support us. You were amazing. And I tell you, the performance out there from all these teams delivered. You know, to have the opportunity to go out there and do something that no one's ever done before. I give all the credit to those men right over there underneath that awning. Todd Okahara, Aaron Brooks, give them a round of applause. And I said going up to the start line, I said, all I want is .13. They gave me a whole lot more than that, I can tell you one thing, but 341 miles an hour was just an incredible feat. And, you know, I do want to make mention of one person who's not with us. And if he was here, he'd be standing right there, and that's Don Schumacher. Don Schumacher passed. He was an incredible mentor to me. He would have been so proud of what we've done out here. All these racers and Pro and Drag Racing Illustrated and Skag and Johnson Horsepower Garage. We couldn't have done it without all of them. But he did pass, and he's smiling down from above because he'd be pretty happy tonight.
Now, one of the things that's very well said, one of the things that you said earlier this week, and you said, we're going for it. There's no reason not to at this point. You wanted that 340, you got the 341. Looking ahead now, where is the limit?
You know, I asked the Goodyear boys because they'd always get nervous. Oh, if we see 340 and they're out there, they go, Bob, we took pictures of the tires. I said, it felt good. He goes, yeah, they look really good. I said, all right, we're going to go for 345. But listen, hats off to Goodyear. You know, they're probably watching. To think about the engineering that goes into those tires to do what we do is absolutely remarkable. To think about the engineering that goes into the aerodynamics of that body. The Ford engineers, I called them on the phone, Mark Rushbrook, we ran 341 miles per hour. It's countless hours in the wind tunnel, but it's just a lot of things. I think I heard Beckman say it. So many things have to come together. How you tune the car, how you set the car up. I think the track gave us some mile per hour. The way it's a little bumpy out there, frees the car up a little bit. A lot of things had to come together, but we wanted to seize that opportunity, and we did that here tonight. Everyone here has witnessed a history, 341 miles per hour.
But then you also have to be willing to strap yourself into that car, put the helmet on, and say, you know what, we can do it. I'm willing to sit here and try it. Where does that confidence in the team come from?
So I'll tell you what I did. We got in the car, and we always hook up the radio, and we talk to one another. I unplugged the helmet. I said, I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to be alone. I just want to be alone. And I unplugged the helmet, rolled in, and it's like you have an opportunity to do something that no one's done before. You don't get many shots at that in your lifetime. And I hit the throttle, and man, it went by half track. It started to dance around, and you kind of lose sight of the finish line. My buddy Chad Head was supposed to give me a light on the wall. There was no light, so in the funny cars particularly, it's so dark. You can't see the finish line. You kind of anticipate it, and there was no way I was stepping off early. I kept it in. I think I overdrove it. Maybe we ran 350 actually, but I was making sure that scoreboard was going on, and it was the TaskaParts.com scoreboard. So it was just a fun night. This has been an incredible event, and the best is yet to come. We got to run for $250,000 tomorrow. So get ready.
That's right. You don't win any money for going 341 miles an hour today, but there's a lot on the line tomorrow. Bob, thank you. I'm going to hand the microphone back off now. This is a beautiful event. Thank you so much, you guys, for all being out here.
All right, guys, we're going to get ready to fire back up the Blake Free Band and have some fun, but I just want to, one last time, I'll probably do it 50 times tomorrow, but thank you guys, seriously, all. I've got to talk to a bunch of you. I met some folks that came all the way from Ontario, Canada. I bumped into some folks from England. I bumped into some folks from Australia, all across North America. It's humbling beyond words, to be honest, to have people come out and support you in something like this, and it means the world to me. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors here this weekend. There are so many of them that I'm not going to attempt to try to list them all right now. I'll make sure I do that tomorrow, but let's give it up for Skag Power Equipment, Randy, the whole team, Maria, everybody. Johnson's Horsepower Garage, I believe Chris, Jason, Jackie, Nikki, they're all standing around here somewhere. Thank you guys so much for believing in us, trusting us with this. It's an amazing feeling when people share your vision. I always say that I like people to match my energy, and this group of people have. The Professional Racer Owners Organization, I'd really like to give it up for these guys. Alan Johnson, Chad Head, Michelle Damagala. I'd love to give these guys a round of applause. Countless hours. And lastly but not leastly, I want to just make special mention and make sure that my guys here, my team at Drag Illustrated, these guys have worked for the last 9 months, countless hours. It's been I'll tell you guys, it's been a challenge, right? I say it all the time and it sounds funny, big wedding, small church. But I tell you what, there's some hurdles when you bring this kind of humanity, these kind of race cars to a nitty-gritty Saturday night drag strip. My favorite place to go. I always say, some bands sound better in a honky-tonk. Drag racing's that band, baby. Drag racing's that band. So real quick, let's just give it up for my team at Drag Illustrated. Mike Carpenter, Brett Underwood, Nancy Coppin, JT Hudson, Nate Van Wangen, Kayla Zadell, Kevin Cantardo, Chris, who else we got? Craig Cook, Josh and JD from Racers Club, the whole crew. And I want to give a special shout out to Tom Jones, JB Hamlin. They built every banner that you see up here. Everything that looks pretty, responsible by those two guys. My whole track prep team, that Raleigh Miller and the NMCA. I often tell people, especially on my show, my podcast, The West Buck Show, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please tune in. I'm very embarrassed by our YouTube numbers. So if y'all could go home and subscribe to Drag Illustrated on YouTube, then maybe we can get a little bit of ground on Cletus across the way here. But anyways, these guys have worked tirelessly for years, or for months, years when it comes to Drag Illustrated. But little do some people know that not only are we putting on this race, we're going to be back in 3 weeks for the Drag Illustrated World Series of Pro Mod, the biggest, richest Pro Mod drag race in the history of the known universe. We're going to be back in 3 weeks. We just sent our 186th issue of Drag Illustrated to print. We got all sorts of things going on, but I want to tell you guys, we're just getting started. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for the Blake Free Band. Let's go. Oh, hey, real quick. I want to say thank you to my wife. My wife, Alicia. Alicia, come out here. This is my partner in crime right here. She supports me through all this craziness. I don't sleep. I need you guys to know that drag racing keeps me up at night. I mean, it really does. I spend every moment. I tell people all the time, sometimes it's a little bit embarrassing, but I don't have other hobbies. This is all I do. It's all I care to do, is go drag racing with you guys. And she supports it blindly. She trusts me. No matter what I say I would do, we're going to Saudi Arabia in 3 weeks. She goes, okay, you know, okay, I love you. So I just want you to hear in front of all these people, thank you. None of this is possible without her. So I love you, baby. All right, guys. Sorry, Blake. Let's go.